Welcome to the Crypto Andrew channel. I just want to make sure everything is working. So right now, Bitcoin is struggling to stay above $100,000. Where are we going to go next? That's what we're going to talk about in this stream. On Monday, no, today is Saturday. Today's Saturday. On Monday, I'll be live at the normal time. And then next Friday, I'll be going live at a different time to make up for Saturday, because in a week from today, I will not be going live. In a week from today, my live stream will be the day before on Friday, and then my Monday live stream will be normal. That's in like 10 days from now, the Monday live stream. So hopefully that'll make sense. When we get closer to that, I'll talk more about that. But yeah, the Monday live stream this week will be normal, so I guess I can talk about it then. So with that being said, let's kind of look at Bitcoin, see what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. And we also want to look at the Fear Greed Index. We're going to technically start at 11 p.m. Central Time, so we have 3 more minutes. One more thing I wanted to do today was make sure that I record my screen, because last time we had a few problems with that. So if for some reason this thing cuts out, you guys let me know on YouTube, but otherwise I'm just going to record it, and that way it will be on YouTube if something were to ever happen. So, okay. So if all goes well, I won't post the video, but if it doesn't go well, I'll post the screen share to my YouTube page. So let me get TikTok going here, and we are going to get started here in about 2 minutes. So bear with me while I do that. Hopefully all are having a good weekend. And again, let's go over to Bitcoin right now. I need to share my screen before I forget about that. So allow the entire screen and hit allow. And obviously there are some altcoins that are doing very well. So I do want to talk about that one. The one I'm thinking about is technically PEPE. So let me just tell everyone that I am live. And by the way, if you guys want to join the Telegram or the trading group is $30 a month. That's where I give altcoin and Bitcoin setups throughout the day. And then obviously the Telegram is free, and that's just where I give notifications. And if you guys want to ever ask me or get in contact with me, that's another way to do it besides TikTok. So I need to get the music going, and we are going to get this party started in about 1 minute at 11 p.m. Central Time. I do go live Mondays and Saturdays at 11 p.m. Central Time, and if I ever have to change it, I'll let you guys know on here or sometimes on Telegram. But again, yeah, that doesn't happen often. Maybe a few times a month, I guess. Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin. So right now, the Crypto Fear Greed Index is sitting at 79. That is extreme greed. I'm actually surprised it's not higher, but that's probably because we had that flush out a few days ago down to $92,000, $93,000. So I think that was healthy for the market. I think a lot of people were over leveraged, but that's just kind of what we got going on right now. So obviously, I think a lot of people are over leveraged in the market, and that's part of the reason that you got the flush down. So let me zoom out a little bit. We're going to go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, you see that wick all the way down to 91,000. I didn't even know you went that low, but I guess you did. And yeah, so hold on. Trying to get something going to make sure that's working. I'm going to watch my own stream. That way, if the screen stops working, I'll know. But yeah, so right now, you did have the flush down to 91,000. You can see that the weekly time frame is overbought on the stochastics. The money flow is also extended, so you are probably due for a small pullback. But that doesn't mean it has to happen immediately. What I like to see is a 3-day time frame. You had the move to 105,000. Then less than a day later, you had the move down to as low as 90,600. I didn't know you went quite that low. The 2 days over, so the daily looks extremely bullish to me. So here's kind of what I see on the daily time frame. So when you get sideways price action, while the RSI resets, the RSI is this thing down here, that tells you that we are very bullish. And I kind of see a sideways flag continuing. Now, again, the 2 day is almost over, so not completely. That needs to keep going down. And the 3-day time frame for Bitcoin does need to cool down on the 3-day RSI. So really, if we get some more sideways consolidation, but and range between 90 to 105,000, which is a pretty big range, I actually think if you come back down and test 91,000 again, that'd be pretty bearish because that'd be the bottom of the pattern. So the lowest I really want to see Bitcoin go short term would be about 94, 95,000, and the highest I want to see Bitcoin go short term is about where we are right now at 100,000. So Bitcoin kind of consolidates between 95 and 100,000 over the next few days until about Friday of next week for the next 5 or 6 days. That would be very bullish, and then Bitcoin could get a bigger move to the upside. So right now you have a measure move to the upside on the 3-day time frame. As long as you hold 95,000, we'll say, is 130,000. That is actually crazy. So again, if I see Bitcoin going to 130,000, as long as in the next 7 days we do not lose the $95,000 range, and if you break above 100,000, that's likely that you're breaking out parabolically earlier than expected. I think it'd be very healthy for Bitcoin over the next 7 days to go sideways between $95,000 and $100,000, and then in about 5 to 7 days from now, we could see a breakout. And if at the end of this is telling me by the end of December, it's likely that Bitcoin is close or has already hit 130,000. This is not financial advice. This is just what I see going on in the market right now on Bitcoin. So again, to recap, if Bitcoin can go sideways for the next 5 to 7 days between 95 and 100,000, that is the most bullish scenario. I think it's still bullish if we break out now, but I think long term, the healthiest thing would be to go sideways for another few days. That way, the 3-day time frame on the RSI can reset. So let's break it down a little bit more, though. Let's go down to the 12-hour time frame on Bitcoin. On Bitcoin, on the 12-hour time frame, you can see the RSI is oversold. The money flow is at 50 out of 100, so that looks good to me as well. 8 hour looks good, 6 hour as well. 8 hour looks good, 6 hour looks good. And actually, now when I go to the 4-hour time frame, I'll delete that right there. If I can find where it's at. This white line I'm trying to delete. So right now, this is kind of choppy price action, and for some reason, I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I don't know why it keeps that. So this is like a symmetric. These are 50-50 patterns. And right now, Bitcoin has a measure move to the upside of 110,000 and to the downside. These do break down, most of the time. And I think it's likely that you do get a move to the downside to go back to the bottom of the pattern. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's kind of what I see going on. That's a symmetrical triangle. They break up 50% of the time. They're 50-50 patterns, and then they break down. So the measure move to the upside is 110. Measure move to the downside would actually be pretty bad, though. That would take you outside of the more bullish pattern, and that would take you down to 88,000 for a new low. If that were to happen, then I would not see Bitcoin at 130,000 by the end of the year. So you really need this to, if it does break down, not go that low, but probably just break up. So this is very interesting. This tells me that likely in the next few hours, Bitcoin is going to get a move to the upside or a downside, and not just a small one, but a big one. So this tells me sometime by the 9th at 9 a.m., which is in 2 days. In the next 36 hours, I'm expecting a massive move. In the next 34 to 38 hours, we'll say, I'm expecting a big move to the upside or downside for Bitcoin. December 9th would be Monday, so that would make sense if we did get a move to the upside when the work week starts. So we'll see what happens, but right now, short term, if I would like to see Bitcoin go sideways for almost the next week, although this telling me right here is saying that it's likely that that doesn't happen. So anything's possible right now. I think short term, if anything, on the smaller time frames, you do need a move to the bottom of the symmetrical triangle down around 98,300. So if anything, I wouldn't short this, but if you had to be in any trade, it'd be in a small short position on that right there. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. And I'll look at them. So let me go over here. Hey, what's up? I hear you loud and clear. Thank you. Appreciate that, Matt. When you get a chance, can you look at SWFTC and SXCN? By the way, I'm in 2 trades right now. I'm in a trade on PEPE coin. I've been in this trade for several days. I got in down here at 45, 44, 45 cents or so. And now we're sitting we almost got 70 cents today. This is a 1x leverage trade. So basically spot trade. And I put I have about $900 in here on spot. So nothing crazy, but I'm about, I think it was up $400 or $500 today, almost 400, over 400, I should say. So we'll see what happens. But Right now, I do have my stop loss at the last local low down here at 53 cents. And if you stay about 53 cents, I'll stay in the trade. So overall, it looks like a good setup for me. It looks like we're getting sideways consolidation. Smaller time frames are making higher lows. I like to see that. 15 looks like it's about to make a lower high though. But overall, I'm still in this trade. 10 minutes making a lower. But overall, it looks good to me on the higher time frames. The 4-hour time frame, 5-hour time frame need to cool down. So I would like to see this token goes sideways, this gets oversold, and then you can make another flag. If not, if you go back to 53 cents, I've already locked in $100 or $200 profit, probably $200 profit. Measure move, if something like this does happen, that'd be 90 cents. So I'm not saying that's going to happen. That's just one of my ideas. And we'll see. I'll leave this idea here, and we'll see, when I'm back live in 2 days, if that does happen. I'm also in a short-term trade on PEPE. PEPE is absolutely ripping to the upside, and it's not going parabolic, but if you look at the macro time frame, it is going parabolic. I see PEPE going and getting a short-term move to 31, but then when I zoom out to the 4-hour time frame, I see PEPE getting a bigger move out of this flag all the way up to 38. That's the measure move, is 38 out of this, bull pennant, bull flag, whatever you want to call this, on the 4-hour time frame for PEPE token. So we'll see what happens. That's what I see. So the next request that I got was SWFTC. So let's go look at SWFTC. If you made 140% in Doge, would you remove profit and sell all? I would take out your profit and let the rest run. And put, financial advice. Can you please tell me the name of the indicator with the volume on the right? I never use this. I don't even know why I have it, but it's the VP. What is it? I don't even know. It's the VRVP. I can never remember what, Yeah, so, yeah, that's what it is. It's the volume. It's the VRVP. If you look that up, it will come up in the indicator tab. I never use it. I even know I have it on my screen, but that's what it is. So this is not even the right token, SWFTC. So this one is on Coinbase. Thank you for the follow, Frank and DGen. Where would you put 30K? Where would you put 30K right now? Okay, you guys are not going to shill your Solana requests in my chat. It's not happening. You're blocked. I'm sorry. That's not happening. All right, moving on. SWFTC, let me look at this really quickly. So, rounded bottom, 4-hour time frame making a lower high. That's pretty bearish, but that is a rounded bottom, I have to think. So that is kind of good. 1 hour, I don't love that. I don't hate it. It's kind of like indecision. And thank you. Welcome to the chat, V. Again, our Telegram is free to join. Link to join is in the description on YouTube, and I think it's on TikTok. And then if you want to join the Telegram or the Discord, that is just on YouTube. So yeah, you have resistance up there at 1.4 cents. I don't really, 4-hour time frame is overbought. You know what makes me excited though is that the money flow is still looking good. So likely what happens here is the RSI obviously needs to reset now in the 4-hour time frame, and as long as you make a higher low above 8.3. You're good. Money flow suggests you will. Money flow is in an uptrend, but you're not even close to being oversold or overbought on the money flow. So my guess is lower high on the R side, but then I expect a higher low to be made now based on the money flow, and then you can make a higher high sometime tomorrow. So I think this is what's going to happen, and I could be wrong, but this is just what I've seen. When I put money flow together and the stock RSI together, this is what I think will happen. I think something like this will happen. Okay, so here's what I think you put a lower high in, but I think now you're gonna put a higher low in, get some sideways consolidation, maybe a move to the downside, and then I expect this to go parabolic now on SWFTC. This is a pretty good idea, and I kind of think it's somewhat high risk right now, but this is an idea that I do have. So I'm gonna just post this to my trading group. How come my thing isn't working? What the heck? Interesting. Okay. Well, I think this is good. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't copied. What the heck? There we go. I think SWFT is going to make a rounded bottom. So lower high, then expect a higher low, and then a higher high. That's what I think will happen. And then maybe something like this could happen. You get the rounded bottom, you make a cup and handle. Maybe you don't go quite that far down, and that would be very, very bullish. So I'll leave this here again. This is one of my ideas. Based on my price action I've seen in the past, it's likely that something like this happens. We're in a bull market. This is a likely idea on SWFTC. I think this is on my watch list. No, it's not. So I will add this to my watch list, and I'll keep an eye on that trade. So thank you for that request. But right now, to me, I'd wait for the 1 hour, the 4 hour time frame. I'd wait for the 4 hour time frame to reset on the RSI. Set an alert down here. If that happens, enter the trade. If you guys want trade setups, join my trading group, and I will be watching this. Actually, I'm going to also set an alert. So this is how you set alerts. You go over to alerts. You go over to stock RSI, and I then usually set my alert around 9. I just like the number 9. If you get below 9, you look for a trade entry. If it makes a lower low on the 4 hour time frame and you lose a level of 8.3, you don't get into the trade. If you make a higher low, you enter the trade with a stop below 8.3, which is the last local low. It's pretty simple. I know for beginners that might be confusing, but that's how I do it. And yeah, so that's what we got going on SWFTC. I like that trade setup overall. So Pepe making a higher low on the 15. Let's hope you can hold the level of 25. That would be a very good situation. So XCM was the next request. Sorry that one took so long. But again, that's what I see going on that token. So 4 hour time frame. Trying to make a flag, but I gotta admit, it's kind of struggling. You know what this could be? This could be a bull. This could be a ascending triangle. These are very, very bullish. They break up about 70% of the time. Now, here's the problem: is that are you going to lose a trend line right here? So you could enter a long right here with the stop. I would always do it below that last wick right there at 251. So you could enter a stop loss there. That's not a bad risk, especially if you're not using leverage. You just put a few thousand bucks in on spot, and your take profit will be up at 47. So that is what I see going on for XCN. Not financial advice. I would just watch the smaller time frames. The 4 hour time frame looks good to me. The 1 hour looks pretty good to me. But then you look at the 15-minute time frame. The thing I'd worry about on XCN for a bearish move is that you are going to lose a level of 251. And honestly, I would kind of say if you even lose a level of 252, well, that's pretty much right there. So if you look, I'll say this: if you stay above 25, you can be in a long. I would enter a long now, not financial advice. If I was going to enter this trade, I would enter a long now, a stop at 2.5, and a take profit up at 47. That's what I see going on for XCN. That's a great trade setup. If I had the money, and if I wasn't in other trades, I'd put $1,000 on that trade. I put my money where my mouth is. Although I'll say it doesn't look great. It looks like you could very easily lose this bottom trend line, but also you could have a very close stop loss. So you could risk $50 to make about 1,000 or 500. So you'd risk $50 to make 500. To me, that's a great R&R, and I take that trade every single day of the week. So that's what I see. XCN, that's another good trade setup. And yeah, just keep your stop loss below my yellow line and have your take profit up around 47 or slightly lower. So that's another free, awesome trade setup. I do think it's likely you get stopped out because this price action doesn't look good. But if you don't get stopped out, you make a boatload of money for risking very little. That's another great trade setup on XCN. So thank you for 2 awesome requests. And I'm going to go back over and see what's going on. I appreciate if you guys hit the likes as well. It does help support the channel. I appreciate that. Yes, it was SWFTC token. Puga coin is a great entry right now. I have Pepe VSB. You have no audio? You should have audio. You should definitely have audio. I don't know what to tell you about that. Yeah, you should have audio. I don't know why you don't have audio. All right, so that's what I see going on right now on those trade setups. If you guys have other requests, let me know. By the way, again, I'll be live 11 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then next week, I'll also be live Friday. I don't know what time Friday, but I'll be live Friday instead of Saturday next week. That's just the plan. That's my schedule. And then again, Monday, in about 9 days, I'll be live at the normal time as of right now. Yeah, because I have to go to Iowa for a funeral, so that's kind of why that's going to be different on Friday next week. But that's what we got going on. right now. Let me go back over to Bitcoin, see what that's doing. But again, I'm calling for a move to the downside on Bitcoin down to at least around 98.5, 98.3. That doesn't have to happen. I think on the smaller time frames, you need to come back to the bottom of the symmetrical triangle. And then also, just again, when we zoom out, I see out of the bigger pattern, you need to come back to the bottom of the pattern around 94 to 95,000. So to me right now, this symmetrical triangle is likely to break to the downside. I'm not saying go down to 88,000. I hope we don't, but I do think you're going to get moved down to 94, 95,000. I think that's the most likely scenario right now on Bitcoin. And a lot of people would probably get scared if we go back down to the mid 90s, which is kind of crazy, but they'd probably be scared. And that give the 3-day time frame RSI time to reset. So we'll see what happens. That's just what I see going on. So yeah. With that being said, guys, that's kind of what I got going on. That's what I see going on in the charts. And someone should like the video on YouTube. It does help someone. I mean, it takes no effort. So, like, we got 4 people watching. Why is no one liking it? Come on. I should have, yeah. So that's just what I see going on. My Monday streams are always longer than my Saturday streams. That's just how I do it. I don't know why. But yeah, so with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this up, get on out of here, and then I expect to have about a half hour to an hour long stream on Monday. So I hope to see you guys all on the Monday stream. Until then, trade safe. Have a great rest of your weekend. I told you what I see going on. And I think part of the reason I do that is because usually Mondays, there's more liquidity in the market anyway, so there's better trade steps on Monday than on Saturdays. But that's what I see going on in the market. Short term, I'm not super bearish on Bitcoin, but I do see a small pullback likely for Bitcoin. And that's just what I see going on. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I post a video. And I will see you guys in the next live stream on Monday at 11 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe and have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday for our next live stream. That's kind of what I wanted to go over. And yeah, that's what we got going on. I'm hoping that PEPE can continue to the upside here. Right now, it's kind of losing this bottom trend line, and I don't like that. So if I get out of this PEPE trade, the only other trade I'll be in would be the peak swing trade. But I do think I think PEPE's extended on the higher time frames, but I do think that that it could keep running up to 38 on the sometime next week. So that's my longer idea on PEPE, and yeah. Oh, I don't know what happened to the music either. That was weird. My music, I didn't even realize it, but my music ended. Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, trade safe and have a great rest of your weekend. Doge setup. Let me go look at Doge really quickly. Was Doge doing good? I didn't even look. I thought someone said the Dogecoin was pumping today. Let's go look at the 4-hour time frame for Dogecoin. So yeah, you're coming up to this resistance up here at 50 cents. 4-hour time frame needs to cool down. 1-hour time frame. Yeah, I would expect you probably just need to make some consolidation and get a move to the downside on Dogecoin. If you break 50 cents, though, that'd be extremely bullish. And let me just look at the daily time frame. So, yeah, if Dogecoin breaks 50 cents, where would you go? Then I think the all-time high on most other exchanges is about 80 cents. Let me go look, though. So, yeah, I mean, you don't have a lot of price history above 50 cents on Dogecoin. So I'm not saying if you break 50 cents, you're going straight to 73 cents. But that is, you don't have much resistance up there. You didn't spend much time above 50 cents. I would pretty much say that if you break 50 cents, your next, I see a little resistance if you break 50 cents, I don't see much resistance until 60. And if you break 60, then you go into 73 cents, 74 cents, which is the all-time high. If you do not break 50 cents, then that means you need a pullback on the smaller time frames. And I think I think that's normal. That's fine. And that'd be a healthy move back to the downside, back to the range of 24 cents. I don't expect a 50% pullback unless the entire market gets a pullback, though. So it's likely that wow. Also, Dogecoin is in a rising wedge right now. If Dogecoin breaks out of this, it's going to go parabolic. These do dump, most of the time, but if they don't dump, then it's very likely that Dogecoin is going to get a massive move to new all-time highs out of this rising wedge. Dogecoin right now, I'll say this, if it gets above and stays above 50 cents, Dogecoin could easily rip to 90 cents or probably to the psychological resistance at $1. So I'm going to call for $1 Dogecoin by the end of the month. This looks parabolic. The 2-day time frame, look at that RSI reset. I think the 2-day time frame is about to break out of this rising wedge on Dogecoin to the upside. I love what I see. Now, I still think the 4-hour time frame needs a small pullback, but I think Dogecoin's about to go parabolic up to $1. 90 cents is the measured move, but I think you'd likely go to the psychological resistance at $1 if you get to 90 cents. You never know, but that's what I see, and this looks like it's going to rip to the upside. Not financial advice, but you could probably enjoy a trade and a stop loss below this massive local low here at 38 cents, or if you want a tighter stop loss, you could probably even do this wick here at 41 cents and enter now. It's pretty high risk. The 5-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame is overbought, but on the 2-day time frame, I see this getting a move to $1. I see a double up coming for Doge, and then the next 3 to 4 weeks. That's what I see going on. And thank you for that request. It does look very juicy for a move to the upside. With that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. Until then, trade safe. I'll see you guys on Monday at 11 p.m. Central Time for my next live stream. Have a great weekend, y'all. Trade safe. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday for our next live stream. Thank you guys for stopping by and for the likes. Until the next time, toodaloo. Adios.